Hi, Flosstube. I'm back. I'm back early. It's only been 2 weeks since my last update. Today is October 19th, and it's Sunday, and the kids are out of the house, and the husband's out of the house, and I figured it was a good time to film a video, because quiet house other than dogs. And I have been on a fully finishing spree. So in my last video, I showed quite a few pieces that I'd like had the stitching finished, and then I guess after last video and then today I just sat down and fully finished a bunch of stuff, and it feels pretty good actually, to get some of these things kind of off my out of my box of shame or box of stuff that needs to be fully finished. So um yeah, I have a ton of that to show you. Not a whole lot of, I have like two finishes and one whip. Because yeah, I guess I was stitching on like one particular thing for a while to get that finished. And I have another thing I'm trying to finish by the end of the month. But a lot of these are Halloween themed, and I didn't think I would be able to make it back before Halloween. So here we are today. So I'm just gonna jump right in. I guess if you're new, thank you for clicking play. Hopefully you like what you see if you're returning, and thank you for all the wonderful people who commented on my video last time, or the people who have newly started watching too. I appreciate it, and yeah, I guess you're the reason I'm here. I like to share this stuff, and if you want to watch, great. This is mostly about cross stitch. I have been piecing a quilt, so I'll just show you kind of just what it'll look like when it's finished. It's also Halloween themed, and I would like to finish it before Halloween, but there's a lot of stitching left to do, so I don't know if that'll happen. Or a lot of piecing, sewing at the machine left to do. It definitely won't be quilted by Halloween. Um, yeah, okay. So like I said, I'm just gonna jump right in. This first one I showed you as a stitch finish last time. And this is this is a piece by uh, Little Stitch Girl, or is it Happy Little Bit? It's Little Stitch Girl, I think. Um, and so she's got kind of a series. So this is, it's a mirror that I can trade them out. So I have one other one. Well, now two. This is number three I've finished. One of them is just the sunflower one that's been fully finished for a couple years. This one I had finished the stitching here recently. Not recently, I fully finished this. And then I finished the pumpkin here this month, so I'll show that to you once I get to those. But yeah, so now I'm happy to be able to like change this out, and then I can put the pumpkin back on, or finish the pumpkin to put it on, kind of for November. I think I have the pattern for December, which is an ornament, but I don't love it. Trying to think of what other ones. I think there's hearts. I don't know if there's a shamrock. What other months are there? April, May. I think there's a watermelon. That one is a good one for summer. So that one I do want to stitch. But so I have like at least one, maybe two others that I want to stitch and put on here. But anyways, this will be able to change that out for the rest of the year. And then this was a Stitching with the Housewives piece that I showed you as a stitched finish last time, and I just went ahead and fully finished it. This frame came from Hobby Lobby, the wood pile. So there's nothing, it's just a whiteboard underneath. And then I put, this is Priscilla's Pretty Plaids in their like purple colorway. And then I had some of this, like, this is trim. And I probably got it from like the Dollar Tree or something like that years ago. But so I just finished it like this. I did hot glue everything down. I don't think I'll like reuse this for something else. This isn't like a series of theirs, but yeah, happy to have that finished. Um, this is a framed, easy, hands-on design piece that I just popped in a frame, and so now I can maybe get around to stitching the winter the other 3 seasons. She has a quilting and a cross stitch one too. You can see that my borders are not great, and that's because I stitched it a little too far this side, so I didn't have quite enough to like wrap around to the back, but that's okay. Um, I think you can tell pretty good, but it's all right. It's only up for like a month, right? Maybe 2. Um, I don't have it up right now because I don't have any space for it, but I think once I take the Halloween stuff down, I'll probably put this up. Mm. This is a Bent Creek piece. It's one of their ones that comes in the kit, stitched with like the pearl cotton. Um, so yeah, that was fun. I stitched it a while ago and I finally got around to fully finishing it. This is another like generic wood pile frame thing from Hobby Lobby, like unfinished in the unfinished wood section. So yeah, I'll have to go hang that up somewhere. And then last video I talked about potentially finishing this one in a like a tray thing, but I decided I didn't want to do that. I just have this frame, and I think it looks good. This frame just came from like Walmart, and I had something else in it, but I decided I didn't like what was in there, so I took it out and just popped this guy in. Um, I really like this. I'm happy I finally got it fully finished, and I can put it up somewhere in my home too. That's a hands-on design and Priscilla Blaine. It was from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. Um, this is another one. Um, what's the designer's name? Madame Chantilly. I think it's called Halloween Owls. I got so I stitched this a while ago. It is on a piece of sparkly like boot camp, I think, by Be Stitch Me. Probably a 32 count. And the pattern ends here. And then she shows it finished with fabric like this on top. Um, I don't know if I like need to add like something like there's little I don't know. What do you think? I don't always do like big fancy bows and stuff. Um, Sometimes I do, but I don't always. And so I don't know. Do you think it looks too plain? Should I add something? Sorry. Stop, Henry. Okay. Um, okay. This one I'm pretty excited about. So I think I showed you this as the stitching was finished last time. And I couldn't find the original pumpkin that Priscilla fully finished it on, but I did find this guy, so it's like a leaner. And yeah, so this will be good. I might even put it on my porch, which it is like the front part is covered. I don't think it'll get too much like rain. I don't know about like fading. I don't know. Do you guys put cross stitch stuff outside? It makes me nervous, but I don't know. I think it's cute, and I think it would be cute on my front porch. So I can't decide if I should do that. But that's called Welcome Pumpkin, a Stitching with a Housewife's piece. Um, this one, I don't think I showed you these last time. This is a cottage garden samplings. What is their samplers? Um, she has a year in the woods going right now. This is not a year in the woods though. A time for all seasons, I think. So it's stitched on 40 count vintage country mocha. I finished it stitching it probably last year, I think. Um, but I just popped it in this frame from Hobby Lobby. I do have the whole series. I would like to stitch the whole series, so I just have to see if it would all work in a brown frame like this. I can't really remember. If not, no big deal. I like the way this looks. I'm so sorry if that dog is bothering you. They were sad they didn't get to go on the walk with my husband and the boys, and so they're here with me causing ruckus. This one is an older Plum Street Samplers. Hush! It's called Gobble. Um, this piece came from Hobby Lobby. I thought the gold complemented it well, I guess. My it's a little crooked, but finished is better than perfect. That's kind of is my motto. I'm gonna pause and do something about those dogs. Okay, I'm back. Sorry if they bark. Sorry if it bothers you. There's not a lot I can do about it. This is another fully finished one. This is a Bent Creek piece. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a cute turkey. It's stitched on looks like a 32 count Lugana, probably with the called for colors, which I think were DMC. This is a variegated wigs. Um, this frame came from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is now the only like arts and crafts store that's around here because Joann's is closed and the Michaels is like an hour away, so that's kind of my only option. But I don't mind it. But yeah, I think this one's cute. Shh, go. A couple more. Oh, and fully finish this. So Cherry Hill Stitchery maybe is the designer here. And this is I don't know the name of the pattern. I could find it if you need it, but pretty sure it's Cherry Hill Stitchery. And I finished it on this. It's board from Hobby Lobby. It's stitched on a really loose weave linen. Looks like with probably fancy floss. Um, I thought about putting this little bow down here. I feel like it kind of needs something else. And this bow I took off of that pumpkin piece I showed you a couple pieces back. I don't know. I guess it's cute and I could just put it on there. Yeah, what do you think? Running out of spots to put this stuff. Okay, couple more. We'll get back to Halloween here in just a minute, but this one I showed you the stitch finish last time, and I found this frame as like an oops frame at Hobby Lobby, so you can see it doesn't fit perfectly. Like the margins are a little bit off. And so ideally this would have been a little bit shorter. I probably could have moved it up a little bit so those were even, but it's on there now. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, I am pretty excited to. I kept looking for like just a different kind of wood piece to put this in, but I couldn't find anything large enough. I liked, but I was happy to find this yesterday at Hobby Lobby. It was a lot cheaper than it would have been because it was an oops frame, and so they like deeply discount it. I think it's like they sell it to you at their cost, maybe. Um, so yeah. And then I learned how to spray paint. So this is the Halloween, it's like a Halloween ornament, spooky cute ornaments or something like that from Fat Quarter Shop. I stitched all of them last year, and then I bought the little tart tins. And today figured out how to spray paint them black, and so I was able to get them all fully finished. Super cute. There's 12 of them. Now the next step is to just find like some kind of tree to hang them on. Because there's 12. I don't have a good way to display them. I've seen Helen D showed where she got like a coffee cup holder that looks like a tree and hung some ornaments from it. So I thought about doing that. I just have to go look for one of those. All right, and then this pillow is Primrose Cottage Halloween Quaker. And pretty sure it's stitched with a called for fancy floss. I don't know what the fabric is. But yeah, I stitched it up into a pillow. Um, I tried their way of stitching rickrack and it worked okay. I like that it like actually comes out of the pillow, but I just need a little bit of practice because you can see down here it didn't it's not even all the way around. But and then I just had some wool felt that I put on the back for turning. I put poly pellets and fluff in here, and I actually like the weight of it with a little bit of poly pellets, so I might be doing that more often. All right, and then this is like the grand finale, my probably my favorite finish from this batch. Anyway, so I was stitching on this last video. I finished the stitching. Obviously, it's 27 count Black Linda with a called for DMC, called for fancy floss. It's stitched with the Housewives Be Spooky. And then this is a Hobby Lobby frame that's actually this like teal color. And I painted it purple. I was going to paint it black, but I think I like the purple a lot more. And then I kind of put this funny bow that I made on top. And so I think it's cute. The orange is not the same color orange, but it is kind of, need to make these, the the ends. I need to fix the ends of this bow. But yeah, I am happy this is done and I'm gonna try to make this my screenshot. Anyways, yeah, so that's fun. I'll have to post this in like the housewives group and stuff. I'm pretty excited I got this finished because it's been kind of in my brain for the last couple weeks to do it to finish it this way, and so it's nice when it actually like comes to fruition. All right, that is all the fully finished things. That was a lot. I didn't count, but it was a lot. So now I can go and like put those up, and that's exciting. But I do have, like I said, two whips, or no, two finishes, one whip, and some fall. So I will pull out these are the finishes. So the series from Hands On Design. This is October's, so I only have November and December to stitch, and then I'll fully finish all of them. And I'm pretty excited about that to have stuck with that series. And then this is the Little Stitch Girl. Um, this one, that's what the cover looks like. I stitched it on a 25 count potato Lugana, I think, with the called for floss. So I will get that one finished and put on that little round frame. And the other one that I've been stitching on a ton this month. And the only reason I like stopped, I got burnt out on it, and so I went back to that Be Spooky. And then now we'll see if I can push for a finish before Halloween. I did order a frame for it that I ordered just the frame from Hobby Lobby because I was nervous about them getting the thing straight. Not that I can get them straight, but I know at least like, I don't know. I just feel like I can do a better job. Or at least, I can control it a little bit. So here is my progress on Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Matthews. So all the oranges are done, all the pumpkins are done. It's just the border and that All Hallows Eve at the bottom. So I think the letters I could do in like 2 days. The border I'm kind of saving for like a slow day at work. But yeah, I messed up. Oh man, you can really tell. I might have to rip this bottom one out because I messed up and initially stitched. It's supposed to be two in between, and I started to only do one. And I didn't realize those first couple had two. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and rip that out, unfortunately. But that's fine. At least that's kind of easy, mindless stitching, and maybe I'll finish it by this. I really hope to finish it by Halloween. It'll be my Halloween finish. And then I could start something big for Halloween, but I have other Halloween pieces that I should finish before starting something new, so we'll see. Okay, that's all the stitching. 20 minutes, that's what you get when it's only been 2 weeks. I do have haul, so if haul is not your thing, thank you for hitting play. If haul is your thing, I got a couple patterns mostly. So here we go. Uh, Fat quarter shop. And if you've watched me for any length of time, you probably understand that I'm somewhat addicted to. Um, and so they are recolored this log cabin series. What's it called? Log Cabin Christmas by Little House Needleworks. So I was in their like club last year where they shipped all these, and then so they recolored and sent the floss. And so I got that, and I think they said they're doing a stitch along um probably next year, which I think I stitched one of these one of those a month for 9 months. I did that a couple years ago with the what is that? Their fall on the farm, I think. And then I'm in the Belsois Classic Colorworks Belsois Silks Club. So you get 3 skeins a month. These are October's colors. I love stitching with Belsois. I don't do it nearly enough. Be Stitch Me had some ready to ship fabric, so I just ordered a couple. Morning Fog. That is a 28 count Lugana. This is 28 count Lugana in Bog, 28 count in Cinnamon, and this is an 18 count Witching Hour. So fun purple for Halloween. And then this I think is super cute by Spooky Love. No, Vintage Tulip Design called Spooky Love. So you could stitch it as one big one. She's got the back here where there's some pillows and some like little drawstring bags. I don't know which one I would prefer to do. How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 20. I have a frame that you can put like I think it's only 16, like 4x4 pictures in there. That might be fun. Just I'd have to leave out 4, but that's okay. Yeah, this might be a project for next Halloween to stitch. I do like that border though. It's a fun border, but I don't love like this guy. I don't love that girl. I'd probably leave that thing with the snakes out. And I'd probably leave out that pumpkin. Or maybe that pumpkin. Ideas. I need to write that down because I won't remember that by next Halloween. um, and I've recently discovered the Notion app and think I will like using that as a way to track my stash and my projects and stuff. I just have to build the database. I got this quilt pattern. It's a Lori Holt. Her typography fabric recently came out. I really like this quilt. And trying not to buy it because I have way too many other kits already. This is the number 9 or November Wordy Birds. So I've been getting one of these a month. Let's say, eat a plate full and be grateful. So each month it's like been a saying and then some birds. And I would like to stitch one of these a month next year, but we'll see. November, good old days. These I'm for sure going to stitch one a month next year, starting in January. This is the number 4, yeah, part 4 of Winter Forest Snow globes. So a little hedgehog. I'd like to finish these all as stand-up switch. I signed up for the Jingle Ball. I really wanted the kidded class from Kathy Haberman, that Santa Claus, but I wasn't fast enough, even though I was on at like 6:02 or like 2 minutes after the tickets went up, and that that kit was gone. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm just unlucky or something, but I'm not unlucky, but it just wasn't fast enough. So I'll just get it up myself. I got the PDF class, but I'm excited to kind of have her walk you through how to make a stand up because I have several pieces that I would like to do as stand-ups, and I know Helen D has a tutorial as well. I just haven't taken the time to sit down and like watch it. Um, yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there. Okay, this is the Flamingo Toes Needle Minder of the Month Club, and that's what the needle minder looks like. But I already took it out because I'm using it. And then if you are in the I can't remember the name of the group. There's a group on Facebook that does kind of exclusive kits. Colorado Cross Stitcher talks about it. Golly, I can't think of the name. Sorry. If you want to know the name, message me. But anyways, Teresa Kogut, this was an exclusive for that Facebook group that you would like you they put the link in the Facebook group. You order this came from Shepherd's, not Shepherd's Needle, from that place in Arkansas. Sorry, my brain is not working, but it's a sampler and it's a drum. What got me was the drum, but I do like this sampler. And so it's the whole kit. It comes with fabric, floss. This is like a little extra notebook goodie. Comes with the finishing supplies to make the drum. So that was like, yep, I gotta get that. Um, I got this little, that's a wrap, the Halloween ones, super cute. This Lottie Daw Ghost Pumpkin by Lottie Daw. This was an exclusive to Garon, but it got released, I think, at the recent needlework market. This one I really liked. This was recently released as well. Um, and then what was I on? I was on 123 Stitch, just like browsing for some reason, and this Bella Filipina witch caught my eye. I was thinking like this could be my Halloween start. Um, Halloween's probably going to be pretty busy, and then these two from Bent Creek, they're not new. They've been around for a long time, but I just liked the patterns. This one too, I'd seen a couple people like stitch this from Annie B's, and just kept thinking, I need to stitch that. And then this Autumn Alphabet by Jeanette Douglas. Is that what's by? Yeah. I would like to finish it as a drum. So yeah, that's it for haul. Hmm. I got fast. Um, yeah, that's all I have to show you guys. Thank you for hitting play if you did. Obviously, you wouldn't be here if you didn't. Um, yeah, thank you for making this far in the video to like 28 minutes. I hope you got some stitching in, you're 25/7 or whatever. Um, and yeah, I think I will be back probably the first or second week of November. We'll just have to see kind of when I get done stitching wise, how much I have to show you. Um, yeah, so I am kind of in the mood to finish some stuff that has been like lingering, some whips that have been lingering. So depending on how much I get done is when I would come back. I wouldn't anticipate it being more than a month, but it could be the end of November. So we'll see. But thank you anyways. If you liked what you saw, leave me a comment, like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram, Mandy Made Stitches. I don't post a ton, but I'm trying to post more. So, any questions, please reach out to me. I get the notifications from YouTube and from Instagram. So, I would love to interact and answer any questions you may have. So anyways, happy stitching. Um, I'll see you next time.